I do not understand the appeal of this content.
Holy me. Dude. Dude, I'm trying my best, but fucking destroyed right now. Alright, have a good rest of your day. Take care.
Hey man, this must be how I'm looking right now.
Oh, holy fuck. Holy fuck. Holy me. Plastic blue?
He just passed out. They took him to the hospital. Just got home. That was brutal. All the substances are just a cope trying to feel neurotypical while in public, but obviously that isn't a real solution. The worst part of tonight was my face descending from the life support mask. I just don't think he's like a club person. Like, if you have to do a cocktail of drugs to feel normal at the club, maybe you should, like, go to a cafe or something, you know?
Alive maxing? I'm feeling good, dude. I'm chilling. I'm chilling, man. We're back. Got back at 6 a.m. yesterday, so I'm good. Don't worry about me, boys. What happened? Nothing. I'm not gonna really get into it.
God, he's bored. Yeah, no, he's incredibly uncharismatic. I mean, we talked about this during his Channel 5 interview.
Too much? Don't really want to talk about it, not gonna lie. Don't really want to talk about that. But I ain't gonna be doing any of that shit anymore. What's that? My phone? I rebooted.
Do people actually watch Clav sincerely? Well, it's a lolcow thing, right? It's like the biggest hit he's gotten lately, apart from people making fun of him, were people talking about his overdose. So it's just people kind of rooting for the downfall. It's like looking at fish in an aquarium, you know, you tap the glass. I don't really think it's about active entertainment.
I saw on Twitter people were going nuts. In the hospital, like, you know, what are you gonna do, like, after you leave?
Do the youth relate to this lack of personality? I haven't really talked to anyone in their, you know, like early 20s in a while, I don't think, but I have heard many reports that young people today are zombies with no personality. I don't really know how reflective that is of reality, or if you see it in Clavicular or whatever. I'm not really sure. The fluoride stare, yeah, 100%. It's probably true, but only for like a very specific subset of mentally ill men that he happens to be very popular with. That'd be my guess.
And I was like, dude, I got the club grand opening. And they were like, oh, I don't think you should go. I think you should take it easy, rest. I was like, dude, you gotta be on the grind.
That's
so
facts,
that's still happening. Still happening.
How do you make you overdosing at the club and nearly dying boring, man? How do you go live after that and this is what you give people? I don't get it. Would you try cocaine? I'm high on life, actually. I'm high on life. I feel the reason he's so boring is because he thinks it's cool to have no emotions. Didn't he just like 2 days ago say that as a man you're not supposed to have fun? Which is such an egg thing to say, by the way. Such a like incredibly repressed young guy thing to say. Stoicism is retarded. It's not even stoicism. It's like fake stoicism. It's not even a real thing. I'm trying to see if I can find it. Clavicular's Fen reveals the pentastack.
What's pentastack? So right now, pentastack is Adderall, DXM, ketamine, BDO.
No, not
prodrug of
BDO.
GHB,
It's 5-hour energy.
and pre-gab. Thank you.
What does it taste like, Andrew?
The thing that I prioritize is like being driven, having like a purpose, being ambitious. It's like, not a lot of the things that I do on a day-to-day basis are like the most enjoyable. Like, doing work isn't enjoyable a lot of the times. But it's just something that like needs to be done. Like going to the gym, it's not like an enjoyable thing for me, but I do it anyway. So I have like no regard for like my happiness. Like that seems like a very like immature idea.
Why is that immature?
It's American Psycho shit. Well, no, it's being very depressed. Like, being driven typically comes from enjoying the stuff that you're driven towards. You know? Like, it's just mental illness. It's just you convincing yourself that there's a a legitimate reason to feel the way you do. If you're a driven person, that usually means that your dopamine, your reward centers are responding to you doing the stuff that you're driven to do. Otherwise, what's the point? What do you like? What you see, you're miserable doing the thing. You're not happy having achieved it or working to achieve it. You're just doing it for what? I mean, making a fool out of yourself for the benefit of nihilistic teenage. It's not like you're doing anything for the world here, right? There's not like a greater so on and so forth. I'm curious why believing men aren't supposed to have fun is an egg thing and not patriarchy hurting men. Because it speaks to an unbelievable amount of repression and mental illness that often comes with people explaining their unhappiness as a role imposed on them by their biological sex. It's the same reason why a lot of trans women, before realizing they're trans, like get really into weightlifting. Like there's a ton of transition like timeline photos where it's like, here's me at 17 and they're like a scrawny guy. Here's me at 19 and they're a really buff guy. Here's me at 21 and they're like a scrawny girl, you know? They're like desperately trying to affirm their feelings through the paradigm of limitations that they will eventually, I mean, in the good world, right? Eventually they'll transcend. I never had the buff arc. Well, I'm not saying it happens to everyone. I'm just saying it happens to a lot of people.
To prioritize like being happy.
I'm not saying that you need to prioritize it to assess it, but you can still assess it without it necessarily being a priority.
But it's just like happiness as an idea. Like men aren't like supposed to be like happy. I don't really think.
Why are men not supposed to be happy?
Because life is hard and
can't you enjoy difficult things?
Not if you want to succeed to the highest.
See, like, this is just mental illness. What, like, okay, life is hard. That's true. Okay, so can't you enjoy adversity? No. What? Makes no damn sense. Just because you're not enjoying it doesn't mean you can't enjoy it. You can absolutely enjoy adversity. In fact, usually the most successful, driven people do, because that's the reward center, you know?
Level that you possibly could.
Does a man need to succeed to the highest level that he can?
No, they don't need to do anything, but I certainly want to.
It's just fake. It's not a real ideology. It's just mental illness. It's kind of funny though. I mean, it's sad. You know, he never had a chance really, but I'd feel bad for him if he wasn't pimping out young women. Yeah, if he wasn't like pimping out young women, convincing hundreds of thousands of boys that they need to ruin their life for no reason, and also like hanging out with neo-Nazis, he'd be a little bit more sympathetic. That's true. It is obvious though that a lot of that other stuff, especially the hanging out with neo-Nazi stuff, is like very secondary to the driving force of the ideology, which is extreme mental illness. So I guess, yeah, he's still kind of a victim here, but you know, whatever. Is the economy going to crash soon or what? Yeah, probably. I don't know. Am I crazy to say he's more dangerous to other men than to women? Nah, that's probably true. I don't think the average acolyte of Clavicular is really capable of engaging with women anyway, so probably not a huge deal. For them, more about the mental health of the guys who fall into it.